Pittsburgh Steelers.
Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. Dante Kent with a return. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run.
Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is first and 10. First play is to the air. He's got Washington along the outside. They're going to pick up 12 yards on the play, Brock. That's going to set them up with a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33. Pistol snap to Allen. Complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Well, he was happy to take a backseat in favor of getting the win last week, Brock, but we all know receivers, right? I think he'd like a few more catches in this one.
Yeah, books have been written about certain receivers that want their touches. And when you produce, you're going to get more touches.
Got 9 of the 10 with that last grab. Need to get the last yard now on second. Back to throw. Aller buys time, rolling right. And he's going to be out of bounds about a yard or two behind the line of scrimmage. Couldn't get all the way back to it, so that's going to go into the books as a sack.
He only lost a yard, but how many times do we see a team where just a yard or inches short on fourth down? Well, every little bit counts. He's got to just throw that one out of bounds. Don't run it out for the sack.
Third and just 2 to go. Aller looking. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up. Possibly an early indicator of where they're going to want to go when they want important yards, Brock. Didn't need that much on third down, but they chose to throw for it instead of run it.
Yeah, one of the things about that down and distance is you typically get man-to-man coverage. So I don't mind that call, being aggressive, but you got to find a way to execute.
It's fielded at the 14. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes first and 10. They'll try it right with Brown. And take this ahead for 7. We've got 7 and 3 now. Now, you take these types of results as early wins in a game, Brock, both in getting their running back started and getting your guys to start winning that battle up front, too.
Moving a man against his will and doing it right from the jump, that often portends to good things offensively.
Straight ahead they go with Piron. He's got room to roll. The 30. He's at the 10. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Fowler off the play fake. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23. And he drives it up to the 24. Gordon Battle making that play defensively.
On 2-yard pickup, makes it 3rd and 8.
Third down here, need 8 on the play. Fowler's going to throw. Hauled in by Bernard, left side. And this is going to be close. It's going to be close. Oh, it looks like he got it. Good awareness after the catch to see where he needed to get. And he got just enough daylight to get it there.
First down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
It's caught left side by Hill. Down he goes after a pickup of about 12 yards. And that is good for Pittsburgh. 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. They'll run it for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he's going to be across midfield with a gain of 5 on that play.
Nothing too fancy there. That is just some good physical football from a back who knows how to read his blocks, Kate, keep himself square, and go get those tough yards.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Aller going play action. Buying some time right. Going deep down the near sideline. That one connects. And he is stopped. They get to him inches from a touchdown. That's going to make it 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
QB sneak coming. He's stopped, and I think technically this is going to go as a loss on the play, Brock, but it's still right on the edge of the goal line.
Brings up 2nd
So no luck in that final yard, Brock. They simply lost that battle up front. Didn't get the push they needed.
Yeah, give some real credit to that group defensively, right? It is just right off the jump. Who creates that surge, that pad level? Defense got the job done.
Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Aller to the air. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
Couldn't hang on to the interception, but the momentum's still on the defensive side here ahead of this 3rd down. Warren. And this is going to end behind a line of Great stop down in close. Let's see if they want to risk it now on 4th and goal. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Just 2 yards away, so the offense going for it. It's 4th and goal. This is Allen. And the shutout stays alive in the second half as that pass ball's incomplete on 4th and goal.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them a possession.
Now we'll give up the middle to Piron. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Taken down at his own 7-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. The Bengals are out in front. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They are facing 2nd down deep on their own end. And he gets it away, but nowhere close to that target. Incomplete. Quick thinking just to get rid of it a little, Brock, but no chance. It's 3rd down.
Just about every play in an NFL game usually has a protagonist and antagonist, a good and a bad. The good there, the courage of that wide receiver. The bad, just could not haul it in.
3rd short, it's Burrow. It's caught. Chase has it. He's brought down here, but they will take it 18 yards and a first.
They call 3rd downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection, set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
Here we go.
Counter play. Brown makes the tackle. And they're in there to take him down after a gain of 12. And it'll be 1st down Bengals.
Yak, yak, yak. That's what it's all about in this league as a running back. Can you get those hard yards after initial contact? This dude just got it done.
They've got 1st down here from the 36.
Here we go.
Play action now. Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. They were on him right off the snap, and that hit altered the throw. That brings up 2nd down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our caps to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36. Looking to throw. Burrow. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. Down he goes after a pickup of about 12 yards, and that's going to give Cincinnati the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it could be super complex. Yeah. You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from the ball. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
Oh, he's denied the first, but not by much. This play gets down to the 42-yard line.
You know, it's pretty clear just watching this unfold. They want to find a way to get this player in space where he's most dangerous. Defenders made sure they kept him contained and limited what came off on that one.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's batted away up front. Throw doesn't even get beyond the line. Thanks to a well-timed swat there. They're going to face 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd as long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Here we go with Brown. And he won't fight through. Needed 1 yard forward. Sent him 1 yard backwards. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
Passing quick here with the pass rush. Fast enough to match it. On him in time to alter that throw. And it falls incomplete. That brings up second down. Snap to Aller. It's a screen play to Warren. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Give to Warren from the pistol. This run held up after just a couple of yards. That makes it second down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Aller back to throw. Finds the in route complete. And he's taken down at the 30. They gain 11 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Second down now, Aller. This is Metcalf working that right side. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. Four downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone on 1st. Center of the end zone finds his man. Touchdown Steelers. DK Metcalf capping a 7-play scoring drive. Boswell is good on the extra point. And that ties things at 7. Tie ball game now as they send this away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Burrow to the air now. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
You give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
On 2nd down, Burrow escapes the pocket. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Throwing is Burrow. Chased out to his right. Past the line, he's going to run for it. And Burrow gets That's enough for that first down, and then smartly gets down to avoid the hit.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Burrow. Lofts it deep right side. Tried to float that one in, and defender's there for the interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
The first down pass. Intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. We'll go play action with Aller. Caught by Warren out of the backfield. Some nice work here as he pushes forward for 20 plus the first. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Aller throwing. Look at that power, deep left side. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. DJ Turner comes up with it. And the Bengals are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know what this is, King? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Touchdown, Cincinnati!
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Okay, you know what a run like that does for everybody? For the play call, for the O-lineman, for the offense. It just gives you confidence that you can call that run again and not expect a little jump, but go get explosive on the ground as well.
That one splits the uprights. And they've broken this tie. They've taken a 7-point lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, only able to get this up to his 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
Okay, we've seen this running back pretty busy here early on in the passing game, and not just with checkdowns. You can tell this was going to be part of the game plan, and I don't think one incompletion here to him is going to deter that effort.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Gets it out wide quick, and he might throw this. And it's incomplete. Went deep into the bag of tricks there on 2nd down. Probably expect something a little more conventional here on 3rd.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. Just before halftime, get a timeout, take it.
That's good for us, Steelers. First down.
Aller on 1st and 10. As he approaches 200 yards passing in this opening half. They are throwing it again. Left side into the hands of Warren. Toward the sideline, and out of bounds he goes. Play gains about 12, and that's going to give the Steelers the first down. Here comes Chris Boswell and the Steelers field goal unit. Timeout comes in here. Still just a couple of seconds left in this half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. On the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Shades of the 2009 Super Bowl. They're going onside kick to begin the second half. And the Bengals hands team does its job recovering that kick. And they add on a nice chunk of yards after they bring it in too. Well, I think we all knew they were going to be aggressive from the onset of this second half, trying to erase that lead, but unfortunately, no luck here on the onside kick.
Kate, and these half times, they're fast for all of us in the NFL. College, yeah, you have time to go get lunch. Not that way in the NFL. So you went into halftime, and I am guessing, I can just feel the tone and tenor of that locker room. It is, we're going to be aggressive, like your point. We got to go out and we got to make something happen. But unfortunately, it felt a lot more like desperation when you don't recover.
Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. They pitch it to him. They rally to him after a gain of about 7. That effort enough. They've got the first down.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks. I'm looking for that to be called again.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the red zone now. Down to the 10. And he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal coming up.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First down, and they go right back to it. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. That right there, exactly the type of havoc that a well-designed blitz can cause, Brock. Everyone's so busy picking up their rushers. That D-tackle cleaned up.
Sure did. He gets his one-on-one. He shocks him with those heavy hands, knocks off that blocker, and knocked down that runner.
Burrow on 2nd down. Makes the catch. He's going to score. Touchdown, Bengals. Mike Gesicki from 8 yards out. McPherson at the point after. Send right down the middle and good. And lead up to a much more comfortable 11 points now.
Steelers 10. Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Kent on the return. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Fowler's going to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kyle Tucker makes the play. And the Bengals get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
At the 32.
This guy is dispelling one of those narratives out there, and you know what that is. The DBs are simply receivers that can't catch. You throw it this guy's way, he's bringing it in.
Burrow back to throw. Ooh, the look was there, but the catch is not. Contact deep downfield, and that's enough to pop that one out. Well, we all know that turnover puts them out there against an offense in field goal range already, Brock. The defense's goal, keep it as lengthy an attempt as they can.
That's right, and that will help, Kate. Like that first down incompletion, and now you're kind of honestly thinking, can knock him backwards, going to create a tackle for loss, and may even take him out of field goal range.
We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. It's a nickel look from the Steelers here on third. Here's Burrow. Taking a shot towards the end zone. And they can't connect on the third down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got fourth down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that extends their lead to 14.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Return starts at the 9. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
On the return, the Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10. Pistol snap to Aller. Forced out to his right. It's taken in by Washington. And he's going to be brought down before he can really do anything after that catch. So give him, it looks like about 7.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on 2nd and 3. Aller to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. This one stopped. Blade gains about 6 yards. And that is going to be good for a Steelers first down.
It's not just imperative that the quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Back to throw. Aller. He finds Fryermuth over the middle. And give him the first down here. Looks to be an even 20 on that play.
It's a gain of 20. That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Snap to Aller. Short pass brought in. Near the sideline, he's going to be forced out after a gain of about 20. And that is good for Pittsburgh first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after him.
Aller is set, first and 10. And he's now 4 for 5 passing since coming out of halftime. Back now, pressure coming. And this is going to be incomplete. They were on him right off the snap, and that hit altered the throw. That brings up second down. Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Bob. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
and I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Another try from the 25. It's second and 10. This is Allen. Met at the catch point, and it's incomplete. A couple of defenders nearby. One of them makes the hit to break up that catch. Third down upcoming.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation. Just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these. really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Hits him on the in route. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. All right, we see he's a little worse for wear after delivering that throw. Gonna have to take a few moments as they come out to look at him. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw now. It's Ritter. Headed out right. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
He's really starting to just about exhaust every option and trick he's got at his disposal. That time, trying to test an outside the pocket, extend the play, there was just nowhere to go with it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Ritter. Toward the end zone, but incomplete. That's going to force them into a 4th down decision.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you've got a great chance to win. Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. But that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
On the return, this is Piran. And he dodged the tackle. And this drive will start inside the 25. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10. Here's Brown to start the drive. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play. But it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
On the pass now on 2nd down. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Picked up by Peyton Wilson.
The 2nd down pass intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. Now Ritter. He beams one deep right side. Had it for a moment, but the hit jars it loose. Fortunate, Brock, that it did too, because that would have been a big strike otherwise. Instead, just 2nd down. First play of the drive, Brock, you always tell me that's always the start of a new battle, and defense wins round 1 in this series.
Yeah, and this next down kind of sets the table, right? You got to now put yourself in a manageable 3rd down after lack of execution on 1st.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Ritter to throw. And he gets it away, but nowhere close to that target. Incomplete. Quick thinking just to get rid of it there, Brock, but no chance. It's 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Ritter looking to throw. Caught into the hands of Freiermuth. And he's going to get there inside the pylon. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Pat Freiermuth from over 50 yards out. And that right there, Brock, is a a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're
into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Kyle Tucker makes the play.
those defenders, they're just as excited as the fans when the offense signals they're going for two. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board. They show some of that swagger that good defenses have.
Return starts from the goal line. Showing a little burst so far. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. And they'll pitch it out to him. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Bengals with it. They've got the lead, but this game is close. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Burrow. Catch made by Chase Brown. The stop is made. Defense drives him out after a gain of about 13. And that's going to be good for a Bengals first down.
It just felt like a composure play. Quarterback was calm. Receiver did his job securing the ball, and because of it, those chains are moving.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Here we go.
Burrow to the air now. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off. For the sideline and out of bounds he goes. Play gains about 12, and that's going to give Cincinnati the first.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Gosh, this is going to be so demoralizing, Brock, to know that this offense probably just going to pound the rock from here on out, and you can't really do a thing to stop them.
That's what they're hoping for, and that's really what all those body blows through the first 3 quarters should pay these kind of dividends when it matters the most.
This is Cox. He's inside the 20. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll get 16 yards on that play. And the Bengals have a first down.
The Bengals first down.
Here we go.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Chase Brown, his 2nd in the game, doubling his season total. McPherson at the point after. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And lead is up to 12.
31. Steelers 19. Evan McPherson to kick
Here's
off for
McPherson on to handle the
Cincinnati.
kickoff. This return starts at the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
On the return, the Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. First and 10. Aller back to throw. This is a heater going deep. Oh, brother, it's another interception. A lot of space ahead. And he makes the house call. It's a pick 6 for Cincinnati.
No question they wanted a big play to begin their drive, but there's the monkey's paw. They got the big play, but not the way they wished for it. Instead, well, they got to rally themselves to get right back out there after watching their opponents celebrate in the end zone.
McPherson checks on the point after. And their lead now up to 19 points.
38. Steelers 19. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Kent on the return. They get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
On the return, the Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Allen looking. And this will wind up incomplete. So failure to connect brings up second down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there'll be more interceptions. You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
Third and long for him here. Taken in by Hill, right side. And they're going to get almost nothing here compared to what they needed. Just 2 yards on that play. It is fourth down.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Now can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on fourth down. Desperation time here. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes first and 10.
Here we go. 11.
Burrow gets it out wide quick. And some good running after the catch. He's able to turn that into a gain of 7 on first.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on second and 3.
Here we go. Can.
Burrow on the play action. Catch made by Hall. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into first and goal.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Breaking the huddle. Here's first and goal. They'll send him over right. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. And they hit him for a loss on first and goal.
I certainly don't mind completions nor getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands in a hurry, but that one was way too predictable as it goes backwards.
Throwing on second, Burrow. To the end zone, but incomplete. That play is going to force third and goal. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. On third and goal, here's Burrow. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing fourth down.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Bengals looking at a 3-0 start to the season. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
On the return, the Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Aller throwing. Drops this underneath to Warren. And they're going to get to him. Bring him down after allowing about 13 on the play. And that's going to give the Steelers the first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
He gets it right back to him. It's Warren. He's going to be out of bounds there. Defenders make the stop after a gain of about 17. And that is going to be good for a Steelers first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Going right back to Warren. This is caught again. And they're going to force him out after almost no damage at all. Might have gotten a couple yards at best on that first down play.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Second down now, Allen. And he throws it quick, but one pass rush out. He was able to hit him on the release anyway and break that up. Third down now after that incompletion. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Here he goes, third and long. And they pick him off again! Kyle Tucker makes the play. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown.
Hard to believe they got him yet again, Kate, especially with how far they had to go on that return. Mentally, this is not a place you ever want to be as a quarterback. It is devastating. Defensively, this is teaching tape for not just taking it away, but taking it to the house.
McPherson able to connect on the extra points. They pad their lead by 1.
Steelers 19. Evan McPherson to kick off fourth and
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. This return starts at the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Region on the return. The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Quick throw out wide. I think this might be a double pass. Oh, he has some money. It's caught. And he's brought down. What a surprise with the double pass there. Gets him a first down. It's a pickup of 26. And the Steelers have the first down. One play in, and they are already close to midfield. Pistol snap to Alec. Fits it through the middle. Taken down finally to curtail the damage, but still 22 yards on that pickup. And that is good for Pittsburgh first down.
That's another Steelers first
Allard to the air. Here's the dump off to Warren. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Official signaling for a timeout, and with 5 seconds remaining, just one last play left in this one.
At the 24-yard
Looking at our likely final play here. Throwing on seconds. Here's Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. There's the stop. Looks to be about 7 yards on that play. And that's going to give the Steelers the first down. The outcome's decided here, but we've got a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock so they can think it over before their final play. This will be the final play of the game. One final shot here. Caught just shy of the goal line. And he's going to be stopped less than a yard from the end zone. Man, excitement all the way to the end. No time left. Zeros on the clock. This game's over. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And they're continuing.